Yes, okay. Good evening, everyone. And then my name is Chaivat Buchai. I am the staff of the Department of Development and Sustainability. So today we really happy to introduce the seminar for the student development for the first time. About this seminar, the seminar would like to improve the student development skill for this topic. Okay, we appreciate Professor Nophea Sasaki. He is the head of the Department of Development and Sustainability, and he also the faculty of Natural Resources Management Program. Let Professor Nophea introduce himself. Okay.
Oh, we have good number. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I'm happy. So today, actually, we got the second dose vaccination. I'm glad that I can still sit and teach. Otherwise, I should be on the bed now if I get some side effect. I hope not. Okay. So I'm safe now. Anyone can visit my office now. I got 2 shots already. Okay, so today I will try to talk. I will try to get a very specific example by showing a publication by my student, master student. And okay, so this is the actual, the real one, not the assumption. So I want to show you. So this is to show you how my student responds to the comments by the reviewers, and how I make revision to her response, so that we can speed up the process of being accepted. Okay, this is I give the real journal name, the paper name, and this is I put it here. And again, for those who are interested in getting full details of the response made by the student and the response made by me, and then all the paper, the track change papers, I will send it to you. Just contact Chaivat, then I can send it to you. Okay, so the tips here. So I think I want you to get some points. Okay, so when I teach through this, you can try to get the points by yourself. Maybe try to take notes, and I want you to pay attention to the screen, because you will see I will put the 2 screens between student response and my response, and then the comment from the reviewers, and then you can compare. And based on that, I think you got a feeling. You got the feeling how to make it better. Okay, so we are smart enough. I mean, the problem is maybe we are not. We do not get used to it, or we never seen it, and that's why I want to show you today. So this is the papers. I think it just come out maybe a month ago in this journal. So the resource conservation recycling advance. Okay, so be careful. This is the new journal. I think it may have impact factors maybe next year or so, but it what we call it companion journal. It's a father journal. It had the same name, except they don't have these advances. Advance mean maybe this journal is going to be better than the previous one, and the previous one has impact factor of 10. Okay, so this journal, I'm not sure. One day it will have impact factors, and then it may jump. Maybe I don't know. It will take 4 or 5 years before they can reach to this one. And the paper, this is my student. I asked her already for permission to do this, and she's okay. This is, me, and then Dr. Taku, and then our former college. Now she moved to Korea, South Korea. Okay, and then this is just for those who has the papers and you want to submit it. Although it is a gold open access journal, but they still accept paper without fee until December. So if you have anything to submit, you can try it. Okay, so before I show the real thing that we have been doing, first I want to show you the process about paper submissions and reviewing. So this is maybe if you are the first times, you never seen this before, the information might be useful for you. So first, as the author, right, like you guys, like me, myself, if we submit the paper, we need to prepare a full paper. For PhD student, it's usually one chapter of your thesis, or for master student, it could be one objective, or objective 1, objective 2. It's up to you. You can combine that objective and then make papers. And this one, it's about, I think it's about, try to don't to go too much. Try to be about 30 to 40 pages. 30 to 40 pages, when you publish, it may go to only 10 pages. That should be enough. So, and this is where when you submit the paper, this is how I'm not sure, maybe here it's better. So, yeah, this is, you look at the screen here, you would see how you submit a new one. You can click here, and then they will ask you to select what type of journal, what type of article you are going to submit for. If you want to write only short, let's say 2,000 words or 1,000 words, there are different categories of articles. You need to select it. And then this is important now, the author declaration. So they want to make sure that you are not cheating the journal. For example, by the ethics, the academic ethics, you cannot submit your papers into 2 journals at the same time. So that is in violation of the academic ethics. And if found, your name will be on the blacklist, and it could be bad for your future. So don't try to do that. So this is, you say that this journal has not been submitted, this paper has not been submitted to any other journal, and you declare that, all your authors agree that you submit the papers. Okay. And then cover paper, cover letter, it's something like, it's optional. It depends on the journal. Some journal they require, but some journal they don't require. If they don't require, don't bother to do it. Don't submit it unless you have anything to inform the editor-in-chief. Okay, and the supplementary information, it's more like, sometimes when you write papers, you have done some questionnaire survey. For example, you have 50 questionnaire survey, right? So that you cannot publish them into the main paper, but you can attach it. You can attach it as in the text you call it appendix, but in here we call it supplementary information, so that you can supply it. You can say this is the questionnaire survey form that I have used, or if you have map, you have more tables, and you cannot submit them into your main article. You can put it into the supplementary information. So you can, sometimes you don't need to submit it at the first time. You can wait until the second submission. But if it is really closely related, very important in the first round, you need to add it. Okay, so basically, I think many journal is required to this required. The others, it depends on the journal. And then when your paper submitted, how it goes. When it's submitted, it depends on the journal. Sometimes it takes 1 month, sometimes it takes 1 day or 2 weeks. So that is important. When you select a journal, try to, it's difficult to understand that, but try to search for journal metrics that would say, how long does it take for the chief editor to make decision? So that sometimes, just passing chief editor, it takes 1 or 2 months. So that is wasting of time. So try to find a journal that, like for example, I like to submit because it's a big journal. This one, sorry, this one is not the same. Okay, this is the journal we are talking. This is the journal we published. So this journal, the editor-in-chief make decision very quick, maybe 1 or 2 days, or maybe 3 days, or 1 week. But some journal it take like 2 or 3 months. It's still with chief editor. So okay, so coming back, so what I wanted to say here, when your paper is submitted, your chief editor of the journal, he will quickly go through especially go through your abstracts. If you submit the cover letter, he might read it, but he might not read it. But the abstract, he read it. He'll go quickly with all the article, the content and the manuscripts. And after that, only if he feels that this paper fit with his journal, or if the quality is good quality, he will look for he will look for associate editor, for example, or sometimes we call subject editors. Then the subject editor or associate editor will take over your papers, and then he will start looking for reviewers. So, but if if your paper has found not suitability for that journal, or if the quality is so bad, or if you make so many errors in your typing, then he or she will reject immediately. So this is important. For example, if it takes 1 month for editor-in-chief to make decision, so you wait 1 month for nothing. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that try to search for some. They have some metric. Some journal they put it. How long does it take to get the first decision from the editor-in-chief? Try to look for that, and then try to think. And when this associate editors was assigned, for example, I'm also associate editor for one frontier journal. So when chief editor, okay, then he sent to me, then I will look for 2 reviewers. Okay, now your journal, it's coming to these 2, at least 2. Sometimes we send to 3. If 3 reviewers accept all together, then you need to, there are 3 reports coming. But like MDPI, they got more faster reviewer process because they have a pool of reviewers in the list, and they send it and they provide voucher incentives. So actually all these works are voluntary. Okay, editor voluntary work. Editors and reviewers all voluntary, except MDPI, they provide voucher. Voucher is a discount. Then they also have this, like say, if reviewer return the report in 1 week, you get 100% points. If in 2 weeks, you get 50. In 3 weeks, you get this 25. But if they got enough reviewer report too, in 1 week or 2 weeks, they stop. They said, sorry, I got enough reviewers, so we need to cancel you. Okay, now good. If your paper coming from associate editor to reviewers, then you have a chance to get accepted. And now this is where we want to talk more today. Okay, so when you got it from reviewers, you need to respond to it. And how you respond, it make your papers accepted faster or rejected or longer. That's why I want to talk to you today. And I want you to have a feeling. So this is from I also review this paper from this journal, not the same one, not this one, okay, this one. I am also reviewer. Currently, one I completed 1 review, and this is second one. I'm still reviewing now. So what happens? I will show you how it works in these systems. Okay, when the associate editor, okay, happy with your response, and the reviewers also okay. Some reviewers doesn't want to check it back because it depends. If they are asking very serious question, they want to check it back. But if not, there is a button where they can tick whether you want to read it again or you don't want. You just let associate editor to make decision. And then when associate editor agrees, then he recommend it to editor-in-chief or chief editor. Then he make decision whether to reject, whether to accept. Okay, so let me show you how it works inside this is from the reviewer's perspective. This is in my case, for example, I review paper, and this is how you can see. Okay, now I think, and I'm not sure how many of you can see this, but this is the paper I'm reviewing. So I try to hide this and not to show you all. And then this is my name, right? So in my name, so this journal have this paper got 2 reviewers, and one say minor revision. In my case, I'm a bit stricter. I said a major revision. So then this is the decision from the editors in chief. He make major revision. So which means the author of this paper need to revise it 1 more time. Okay, 2 times. So what I wanted to say today also, if you do it well, after this round, after 1 more this round, you might have a chance to get accepted. Okay, so that when I click on this, so then this is how the message they say. This message is written by the author. So this information is important. You need to provide very formal, very nice way, very specific where and how you review it. So in this one, they said, our response for reviewer 1 put in this file, okay? For reviewer, put in here. So that they make it nicely, then I will see, I will compare this with other, then you will see how you feel. And this is my comment. So I just want to give you an idea how a comment look like. This is my comment to that. And then the comment has two parts. One, we call it general comments. This is you, when you read the papers, you provide overall, overall assessment of the papers. And then you would have another sections called, this should be specific comment. Sorry, this one should be specific comment. Specific comment means that your comment will go to line by line, page by page. And then you ask reviewer, author to check it. And then this is how reviewer respond to my comments. The author respond to it. You can read together. You can read it. You see how they respond, and then you will compare this with others. You see, they say one. Firstly, we greatly appreciate professor. I don't know if he know me professor or not, but usually they don't know. Who has paid so much time and patience to. I'm not sure if I paid so much time. I don't pay much time actually. And then patient to review our manuscript and blah blah. So what does it mean? It gives us something that we feel that these authors really seriously revise their papers. Some authors, especially students, never care about this one. Just reply, and sometimes with angry mood. So I will show you somehow you can look at it and then see how you can improve it. And after they say thank you, something like this, then they come to specifics. Respond to my comments. Okay, that is an example. Then I will go to our student case. And this is what we submit, the revision to that journal. And you can see we resubmit midnight. Not midnight, it's daytime. So it's around 12 lunchtime. And then we submit the revised version to that. And then in less than 24 hours, I think we get the response back from the editors. Quickly, he said, I'm pleased to confirm that your paper, blah, blah, like this, has been accepted. So this is what everyone wants, especially PhD students, that has been here for, say, 5 or 6 years, and you are having difficult time to get paper accepted. This is the moment that everyone jumped. I remember when I was a student, I got my first paper, I just jumping here and there. I don't, And then when I got second one, third one, oh, it's okay. But the first one is the more exciting one. So then I want to see how we do it. Okay, before I go for that, maybe taking a few questions, if there is any question here until this point, sorry. Any question? Maybe you are excited about seeing the real one. Okay, if you are not asking, that's fine. You can ask later. So what I wanted to say here, because we prepare well, the editor is happy with that. So he accepted very quickly. So that's what we want to see. What we want you to get this kind of thing. Okay. Before that, I do an advertisement. Okay, before we go to the main thing. So I am also editing one journal for these topics, forest carbon monitoring and artificial intelligence. So you can submit in Frontier, in environmental science, impact factor is like this, or you can submit in Frontier in plant science, but select my topic. So this is impact factor, it's about 6. Okay, so if you are interested to submit it, it's for authors from developing countries. There is a form where you can request for fee waiving. Okay, fee waiving. Don't forget to request that. Okay, I'm not making decision on that, but if you request it, send it to the Frontier journal. They will check it. They will approve it. Okay, so if you want to submit, then do that. Okay, now let's go through to the exciting part that I think everyone wants to see it. Okay, so we have, so this one I asked my student to prepare to draft it because I want her to learn to get used to it. And then after that, I take over. So And then I also think that with this kind of case study, it would be good for many students to learn from it and to correct it, to make it better after listening to the talk today. Okay, here how there is, so I think we got 4 reports from 4 different reviewers for these papers. And this is, this is the comment from, you can look at it. Please explain more about the finding. It seemed to me that the finding stress in the current version is abstract rather than whatever here. So what I wanted to say, now look at here carefully together. Now my students just say, done. What do you feel? What do you think, right? So remember, reviewer give all these comments voluntarily, and they need to read your paper, the whole thing, before they come up with this answer, question for you. And then when you answer to respond to him or her, you just say done. What do you think? What do you feel, right? The author, the reviewers, they are human like us, right? We are emotional. Human is, we call it, human is emotional creatures, right? So you do it well, their emotion will make decision better for you. Okay, so then what I said here, what I revised here, okay, I make it softer. I said, as suggested, abstract was revised by adding more finding on the last paragraph. So we need to make specific where we do it. And we further discussed results related to perceived cause, and we also provided the recommendation in the abstract. Okay, now you can understand, right? You can feel the difference between the two. Okay, and then the second comment, I would propose to delete the sentence, study here. Instead, I would propose to say more about how specific bamboo sector is, something like that, right? And then my student said, deleted the sentence. What do you feel? What do you think? If you are reviewers, you would think, I spent maybe half day to review your papers. Instead of explaining things to me, you just say deleted the sentence, right? That is something that you can think of when you write, when you respond to the comment. Try to be specific. Okay, I put here specific, formal. How did you respond? And then where did you revise in your papers? How can a reviewer find your revision? And the best thing to do is to submit a draft change version where it explains where change was made, how change made, those kind of things it's explained there. Okay, and then you look at my suggestion, my revision. I would say again, as suggested. This is the more formal term to say, as suggested by you. You can say by you, but it doesn't matter. As suggested, this sentence was deleted, okay? And the new sentence was added. Please kindly refer to the draft change version for specific revision. So it means that the reviewers already feel that you are taking care of their comments, of his or her comments, and then you also now invited him to see your draft change version where he can see specifically. So this is also avoiding being cheated. For example, if you don't say that, sometimes you can just say here, when the author cannot find, when the reviewer cannot find it, they would just say you are cheating, you are not saying the right thing. If they found that, they will recommend your paper rejection immediately. Okay, so that need to be careful. And other examples, I'm not going to give everything. I just give an example so that you get some tips how you can improve your own next paper. Like next one, the reviewer said, could you please expand more, like maybe explain more about the bamboo sector in the Philippines and here, right? And then my student again, very nicely, done. Okay, or done again, okay. Then I suggested to do like this, okay? As suggested, okay, now he was asking for expand, right? So then this term of expand should be somewhere in your response. to ensure that the keyword he is saying and yours matching. Otherwise, he feels different. No, he feels different. Like you are trying to, to tease or to manipulate whatever they can say. Okay, so I'm coming back to the point that reviewers is human, and we do all the job voluntarily. Sometimes we got angry at home, we got angry with friend, we got angry with girlfriend or boyfriend, and then we don't feel good, right? So if your comment, if your response not really good, then you can imagine they also reject. Okay, whatever it depends. They can find all the reason to reject your paper if they want to. So you don't want them to go that direction. You want them to go to the direction that, okay, you make some mistakes, but if you improve the mistake, you can have this paper published. Okay, you don't want to hear that you made a lot of mistakes. Now I cannot accept it. I need to reject it. You don't want to have this kind of feeling. And then also other result part, for example, they said, try to think like this. Okay, if their comment long, you should try to find, more or less the same size, the same length. You can be even longer because especially your response should longer than the question. Okay, like here again, it said the title of the section 3 is result discussion should be a result. It's fine. The meaning is the same. You said done, it's the same, right? But if you say revise as suggested, you revise it based on your advice. I revise it. And the same here. Could you please expand more about the limitation, blah, blah. And then again, we say done. So, but okay, if you go like this, the feeling, again, the feeling of reviewer, it might be, different. So what I wanted to say, the meaning might be the same, might be different a little bit, but how you explain it, how you convince the reviewers, that play an important role in your paper being accepted or being delayed or being even rejected. And then this is, to at the point for review number 2, he was suggesting that the manuscript subject is interesting. However, its presentation is disorganized. This is very important term. Very disorganized, repetitive, and unnecessary complex, blah, blah. Okay, this is whatever they can say, or he or she can say. And then the response say, done again, right? Done again. So which means the feeling to the guy who are spending time for you, and you just say done. And you don't even offer, apologize this one. So here I revise it. We are sorry for the repetition, a repetitive use. Okay, now we come to the point he say here. And we revise as per suggestion. Now he or she feel that we taken care of his or her comments, right? So we say that you say we are repetitive use. We say sorry and we revise it. And then we also, flow was organized based on comment. Again, we say we organize our flow based on the comments, and most table has been deleted. And then we say again, please kindly refer to the track change version. Then once in a while, don't forget to say thank you. Although you say thank you earlier, but here sometimes if you feel that you make too much mistake. For example, here, he said disorganized. Disorganized it's not simple. So then, yeah, thank you them, sorry, offer you apologize, and then say thank you. And then for review number 4, okay, he said inconsistency exists in uppercase, lowercase, in the keyword. This is a very simple one. Okay, my student just said it, but sometimes you just want our aim is to get paper accepted faster if possible. So instead of saying edited, you just say, oh, we are sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, we have double check and revise them carefully. So it means that the reviewer feel that we are taking care of he or her comment. And then he suggested to add one paragraph, and then our student will say, well, this was done. Again, this was done. But then you can compare, right? So here I said it's suggested, we revise and added a paragraph. Thank you. So then the atmosphere, it's changing, right? And when I first came here, one of my students, she seemed to get angry with the reviewer also. So those kind of angry, keep it with you. Don't show it in your response. Say keep it with you. Try to find a way to argue it. Okay, and then others, section 2.1, reasons of adding 5 measurement variables are missing. Okay, you said missing. The author need to justify. Yeah, this is when it comes to justify. This is very important term that everyone need to be careful. Justify means they can reject your paper. If they say your paper is not justified, they can reject it immediately. And then the comment here, the response here, section 2.1, transfers under introduction per comment of the other review. So the other also written comment give the same comment. Then here's my suggestion, my revisions, as per suggestions, also by previous, also by previous reviewers. This section has been revised and moved up. Move up the 5 measurements. Here we don't touch the 5 here, right? So this is, if you submit like this, the reviewer might recommend one more round of reviewers or reject it immediately. Okay, then this is why we need to bring here. We need to add 5 measurement variables were part of the technology acceptance model under which explanation was provided. Please kindly refer here. Okay, so this is something that we want to make sure that even if we make a mistake, even if we do the right things, but the reviewer misunderstands it, still you need to convince, you need to ensure that he is following you. He is, in the business sense, we say, he's your loyalty, or you need to be on his shoe, something like that. Okay. And this is how we revise. So we don't just say, we need to. This is what we call track change versions. So when the reviewer reads all the response, your revisions, sometimes they come to see the paper, but sometimes when they are happy with it, they just say, okay, I'm happy with it. They just click a button, accept, and then they just send. So that's what we want you to see, that you don't want to have another round of reviewers. Another round means another 1 month or another 2 months. If your response is so bad, not really pay attention to the comment by the reviewers, the reviewer will not review your paper. He will wait until the journal remind him again and again, and then he revise it. Okay, don't go that direction. Try to be nice in your response. Try to be formal, specific, be honest, and then the reviewers rely that what you are doing, what you are responding, you take care of their concern. Because the problem is not just about reading your paper and giving you accepted. If the paper contains a lot of bias, errors, the editors also subject to be, what we call it, punishment or penalized for his, his careless reviews, and the reviewers all will be invited to call to discuss why you accept this kind of paper. So that is why we need to be careful. We want to ensure that we give the information to the public correct as possible, to the best of our knowledge. We need to give that to the public. Okay, I think now I'm coming to the last. If you are having questions, get ready. I will spend another few more minutes to take home message, and after that I give the you ask question. First, read the comment carefully. Okay, if you don't feel good, let's say if you are in fighting with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, or in your whatever problem you have, you got the review back. If your feeling is not good, don't read it. Okay, keep it one day, read the following day, and then be specific when you are answering the questions, comments. Be prepared to accept the truth, to accept the comments, and to offer apologize. Okay, offer apologize when you make some mistakes. Sometimes you typo, you make some typos on your manuscript, and then the editor or the reviewer said, oh, you make so many typos here, there, and there. You said, then offer apologize for that. Okay, don't argue for that. If you win for that, it for nothing. Don't try to waste time for those kind of arguments. Just say, I'm sorry, I will do better, or I already revised all this whatever mistake. Okay, and then revision needs to be specific to the questions. Again, as I said earlier, you need to try to understand the important keywords that the reviewer want to know, and then your response should touch upon that keyword. Don't just go randomly. If you don't understand, talk with your other co-authors to ensure that you gave the best answer to the reviewers. Otherwise, you will be delayed another 6 months. 6 months, if you calculate your time, you calculate your spending, your money, you know how much it is. But if you spend just 1 more week to make things better, you spend only 1 more week and you get paper accepted, or you just rush and submit it, and then you wait another 6 months. Then you can think which one is best for you. And then argument is possible. You should not always accept it, but you need to provide evidence in academic way. Okay, don't say CNN say this, don't say Bangkok Post say this, don't say British I say that. That is not academic reference. Okay, academic reference here, you look at mostly if you really want to fight with the referee, you need to look for paper published by the famous guy, the latest one, and then explain it in relation to that. Okay, you can say that, although I understand, I agree with your opinion or with your comments, but this scientist say that, and then my finding also support them. Therefore, I would like to keep my my result the same. That is no problem, but you should explain in academic way. Okay, try to find the reason to that. Don't just say, oh, you are wrong, you are wrong. You say always like that, well, your result, you will see. You will get paper delayed, or you will get paper rejected. Okay, if the reviewer, okay, this is also, I saw some reviewers, some students are trying to make jokes of the reviewers when they found a mistake. Again, reviewers, author, editor, we are humans. Okay, sometimes we make mistakes. But don't use that to make fun of them or say that you are wrong, because your aim is not about saying who is wrong, who is right. Your aim is to get paper accepted as soon as possible. Okay, so don't argue, don't do those kind of things. If you found they make an obvious mistake, say here, please explain the facts, okay? And then provide evidence. And then you can say, therefore, I would like to keep my writing as it is, okay? And then reviewers, again, so this is what I said earlier already. Reviewer, editors, author, we are all human. So the way you write, the way you accept the facts, the way you offer your response, the way you accept apologize, you offer apologize, those kind of things will make a lot of sense, in emotional sense. And well, of course, it's not about, I like you, whatever, therefore give me paper accepted. It's not like that. You need to be in a scientific response, but the way you explain should be in a normal way, in formal way. Don't try to say, you are wrong, you are wrong. No, that does not give you anything. Your result, you can see already. Stick with your major result. Don't try to look at minor thing. You will get nothing. You will get nothing. Believe me, focus on your goal. Focus on your main thing you want to achieve. Like in this case, your main goal is to get paper accepted. Reviewers make some mistake. It's fine. Let him do it, but you explain it. Explain in a nice way. Okay, I think for that, I would like to close my seminar, and thank you very much, everyone, for staying until these hours. And I'm happy to take the questions. Thank you. Chaiwat, I give the floor back.
Sorry, I forgot to turn on the microphone.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ajahn, to give a speech. And so,
yeah, any question, comment from the?
Yeah, I got the comment, and then he sent a private message to me. Can I read it? Can I read it? Okay. He said that respect faculty members, greetings. I got a positive consent from a journal editor, and they informed me that the publisher will get in touch with me very soon with copyright agreement. It's been 1 month already since I got the email, but still the publisher don't communicate with me. I just want to know how many times it will take from publisher to communicate with the author. However, the issue is followed by September 2021.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I think this maybe there's some journal error. Usually when your paper is accepted, you will get after, okay, this is the process. When your paper is accepted, as soon as it is accepted, then this your paper will be transferred to the publishers, and publisher take 1 or 2 days to do copy editing. And at the same time, they will send you the copyright form, the transfer form immediately. And I think it would take 1 or 2 weeks, and not 2 weeks. I think only 5 days, something like that. If you got the link, click on the, I think there is 1 or 2, 3, 4 link where you can click. And after that, it's done. After you click all these, you will get the proofread copy that where you can check, the last final check, we call it proofread copy. So you read that is the final check. And after that, it's all done. I don't think it takes months for publisher to do it. It could be. Maybe you should contact the publisher if the paper already accepted, or you send it to the editor that send your accepted papers, and then inform them the problem. But sometimes because of this COVID situation, person who is responsible for that, maybe he got infected, maybe he moved out of the city to other place. Those might happen. So, but basically it won't take months to get from the accepted to publish. It will not take months. If you don't mind, you can tell me the publishers, then maybe I can explain more. Okay, we see one raised hand. Vande, do you want to ask question?
Okay, thank you. Firstly, I would like to say thank you, Professor Nophea, for your nice presentation, and thank you, Mr. Chinwat, for your nice moderator for this seminar. Okay, I have a small question with this. Okay, I would like to ask Professor Nophea about the rebuttal list, the list that we make for the response and the comments. That you said that normally you can make it with the trade chain, right? So if I make a rebuttal list and then I copy the part that I revise or correct into the rebuttal list, this is a good idea for that, or what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's okay. You can copy from, you can type somewhere and copy there, or you can type it here directly. So yeah, I think that.
Okay. Yeah. So it means this one I don't need to attach them with the trade chain, right?
Yeah, there are two things. One, when you submit the papers, the revised version, you will need to submit the clean version that has no track change.
Yes.
That if the paper accepted, that clean version will be sent to the publishers. And for the track change version, basically it will be sent to reviewers to confirm, to check, and it will be checked by the editors. So is that the question?
Yeah. You answered my question. And one more question that maybe similar to the first question that asked by other student, but I don't know his or her name. Relating to when we submit our manuscript to the journal, but actually based on the journal, they have a estimated period for the first round of reviewer to get the comments. Like they said just only around 3 months. But actually, when we submit it to the journal, we need to wait 5 months and 6 months, and then we have not yet get the comment yet. So for if we meet this problem, like for me now, I'm encountering with this problem. So should I send the email to the editor to ask about that, or many have other way to solve with that? Because I don't want to wait more or some kind of. I just want, if they don't agree to review my manuscript, I just want to withdraw it or like that. So it's a good idea to send them the email to ask about it.
Good question. Yeah, I think the best thing, if it is 5 months, it's too long. It's usually, you know, like if a conventional journal, it would take that. But under this situation, usually journal that we have experience with, it's 1 month. You will get the first round of reviewers comments. Maybe sometimes it would take 1.5 months. But 5 months, I think it's really too long. You should contact the editors and then saying that you are going, that you can remind, have you, sometimes they don't find associate editors who are willing to do it. Or then when associate editors got accepted to review it, and then he found that his subject is mismatched with the manuscripts, then also it makes him difficult to look for reviewers. So in such a case, it might delay, but I think the communication should be there. So if, again, if you already wait 5 months, I think it's too long, just send an email to the editors, asking nicely, say that I have submitted this paper on this date, I got these numbers, and still I see my status is still under with the editor for 3 months or 5 months, then you say I cannot wait longer. So if you don't respond me in the next, say, few days, I will withdraw my papers. But write nicely, then it kind of, you know, then sometimes it happens. Sometimes it happens, like one of my students submit paper to environmental developments. It is the Elsevier journal. So the associate editor make mistakes. We already replied, but he submitted the same comment for 6 months. Then we decided, okay, let me talk to the editors. Then the editor, the chief editor, the editor found that they make a mistake. Then after that, the chief editor make decision quickly. They just say, okay, now we accepted your paper. Sorry for the inconvenience, something like that. But again, 6 months during this period, it's not. When I was a student, yes, because I need to send by post, all by post.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for your good response. Okay, that's all for my question. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we got others. Okay, so this question, now I think what you can do, Robaya, what you can do is in your cover letters, you explain that part of my paper has been submitted or have been published in a conference proceedings. You tell them the page number exactly, or then it should be fine. Because conference paper is considered as non-peer review papers. And it depends, you know, some like if it is published by Elsevier, so let's say if you submit a journal to Elsevier, so if you submit the papers to Elsevier journal, but your conference papers published as a book in the Springer journal, Springer publishers, I think that would create conflict of interest or copyright issue. You need to communicate that properly. And if that's the case, try to submit to the journal that is published by the Springer Nature. Then you can write letters, you know, to editor in the cover letter. Let's say, you know, you submit this paper, blah blah, and then, however, I would like to inform you that part of my paper has been presented at this conference, and it has been published as a conference proceedings or as a book chapter in the Springer journal, also in the Springer publishers. However, because this journal and the Springer Nature are the same in terms of publisher, therefore I would like to submit to your journal for your consideration. That should be okay. You don't need to talk one by one. You just submit it and then put it into the cover letter.
Okay.
Okay, so any other questions?
Yeah.
อาจารย์
Yeah.
Okay, please.
Louis, okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor, for your sharing. It's very helpful for us to write and submit the scientific paper. So firstly, I would like to share my experience when I published in the Verb Science journal in Wiley Publisher in Verb Science Americas, and so for I would like to ask whether we need to send my manuscript to the language service editor first, and after that we will submit to the journal, or we submit to the journal first, and when they accepted our paper, and after that we will send to the language service editor. And secondly, when I send my paper to the journal, they after the editor they review my research, and they reject my paper, but they also give me a chance for resubmit when the reason why the reason because in my papers the only 1 year data, but for the field trial, but they require the second year or more than they accept and after that they give me a chance for 4 months to resubmit my paper, and after that last year I have accepted for publish in the website. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations then. Yeah, for the first questions, but one of the things is, if you really have the budget anyway, I would suggest better do it before you better have it edited first before submitting a journal. Let's say if you're expecting to submit to a journal with impact factor more than 2, for example, then I think maybe it's better to get it, to get your paper edited if you have budget. If you don't have it, well, try to ask somebody who can help you, or your authors, co-authors, to help you with that, and try to a small journal, because it's a big journal. They consider again the content, the quality of the journal of your papers, but also at the same time sometimes they say, although your paper has good quality, but your writing it's not up to the journal level. So I think, yeah, it depends. If you aim for a good journal, let's say in our paper we submit to a journal with impact factor 10 now under review. We decided, though we have my friend Australians co-author, but still we ask outside publisher to, the editing service to check it first before we submit. So that increased the clarity, the flow of your papers. And you also learn, especially for those who never submit the paper, when you get the edited comments, edited version, or comment by the editors who check your paper, not the journal editor, the editor from the company, he or she give you very nice evaluation of your papers, in terms of academic quality, in terms of writing style, those kind of things, where you can learn how to improve it. Yeah, again, to answer your questions, if you submit to a small journal, you don't need to do it, maybe. They may ask you to do it before accepting it. But if you think about good journal, Wiley, it's one of the good publishers, then I think it's better to have it edited first, and you will be happy rather than waiting longer. You just do it early, because if you reject it, sometimes the journal have this what we call it transformation journal, which means like, if your journal was rejected, your paper was rejected, there is a button where it say, would you like to transfer to other journal? Okay, so that's, And then your second question, I'm not sure you ask question or you just want to report to us. Because you already get paper accepted, right?
Yet.
Not
Yes.
yet?
Yeah, I accepted.
Oh, yes, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know it's sometimes, yeah, it depends if you want to compare if change in over time. Maybe editor may want to see proof to ensure that it gives more conclusion. For example, if you want to do a questionnaire survey, usually students do only one time survey, right? Let's say you go, let's say now student different proposal by September, and then in November you go for fieldwork for data collection, and then after that you say, oh, based on my survey here, there. But do you think this is acceptable? Because you only interview people one time. You know, if you want to get more result, better result, maybe you can do it seasonally, because, you know, farmers, sometimes they remember things not year before, but maybe months earlier. So if you do it 2 times or 3 times, then your result become more and more better. So that's why sometimes, you know, if editor might want you to do that, they might see your paper interesting, but they might see that, you know, your data supporting your conclusion is not enough. So that's why they ask you to do that again.
Yes. One more question about the conservation and recycling advance that you published. And do we need to you said that do need to check the fee for this year?
If you submit by December, they will not charge the fee, because it is a gold open access journal. So usually they have big famous journal. After that, they have another journal, but this journal open access. The other one not open access. So yes, so if you have good papers, you can submit December 31st. And then you can submit, or if you plan for holiday, maybe submit before you go for holiday. So don't wait until holiday.
Yeah, because when I receive your email, I check in the journal home, and the check fee around $1,700 for publish. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very
correct.
huh? Yeah.
Yeah, but usually, you know, like this kind of journal, although they charge it, when you submit the papers, in your cover letter, you write one sentence, or better before submitting. Send an email to the editors. Let's say you submit from January 2022 next year. You can send an email to them saying that I want to submit to your journal, but because I'm coming from developing countries, therefore I would like to request for waiving. They would say yes. It doesn't cost anything, right? Just write a short email and then send it. And then if he say yes, submit it, then yeah, boom, right? You don't lose anything. Just one email, right?
Yeah. How about volunteer in Plansen or volunteer in FOSG that you are editor?
Yeah, no, if you submit with me as a student, then I cannot edit your paper. By the rule, I cannot check it. I need to pass it to other editor. Okay, it's fair rule. It's fair rule. Reject it, reject. Okay, party is party. Reject it, reject. Not the same.
Yes, thank you so much, Professor.
Okay. I think yeah, we are on time. So okay, we are on time, right? Chaivat, we can close now.
Yeah, yes, Ajahn. Any question? I think maybe one more question. If we have, I will count from 5. Okay. So Ajahn, do you have so before we have the closing remark, I would like audience turn on the camera, and we maybe take the photo together. Today I got we got 41 participants. 41 participants break my goal, Ajahn. It's very nice. Break my goal. Okay. Now I see all of you have okay. The if you are cannot be able to turn on the camera is fine ครับ so we want to take this first and then okay 1 2 3 cheers okay the next ครับ next other okay 1 2 3 cheers again okay really nice ครับอาจารย์ do you have anything to add on อาจารย์
Yeah, I think if not, then yeah, thank you very much, everyone, and stay safe. And yeah, we see you around. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Professor, for
Thank
this
you.
seminar.
Thank you so much.
And for the outsider, I would like to share something. Okay, our department, the Department of Development and Sustainability, we have the program, the free program. You can visit our website and more. We have the program Development and Sustainability, Development Planning, Management, and Innovation. So you can all the detail of the program. You can visit our website, and we open the January semester. So if you want to join us and study with us, we offer the master degree and PhD and certificate. If you want to continue your graduate study, please join us. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. See you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
And then, okay, see you for the next seminar and next event soon. Thank you very much. See you.
Thank you.